Da-na, 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 da-na. Happy Monday, people. We are back on We Are the South Stand, and I don't know about all of you lot watching. I think most of you that are watching this have probably had a good weekend, but I do know there's a couple of you lot that get very scared at the sight of this that like to come on the channel. So I don't know how your weekend was, but listen, we're going to talk on it, and I've got my pal over it. It's his first time on the channel. Get a different perspective on things. Andy, welcome. Welcome to We Are the South Stand.
It's a pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Oh, love it.
I saw it at Christmas market and thought, yeah, I am having that 100%. So, people, the usual thing, get involved in the comments, hit the like button. But if you agree with what we're saying, let us know. What did you see at the weekend? What did you like? What did you not like? And yeah, just get involved in the comments and I will respond to every single one. Firstly, Andy, over to you. I mean, what was your take on the weekend? The game itself initially. To
be honest, I was a bit worried going into the game after the carnage of the last couple of matches. I was worried about defence, midfield, blah, blah, blah. But I got exactly what I wanted. I wanted a much better, solid-looking team from back to front. With the exception of one or two chances, Sunderland didn't really create much, even though I thought they played well. But overall,
Sunderland are a good team, man. They're just I mean, that wasn't one of their best performances, but they're still a good team. Yeah.
But I think that was down to us more than their feelings. The mojo was back. They just looked totally different from the second half at Fulham, from the second half against Leeds. You know, at no real stage did I think, maybe apart from the time Donnarumma had to make that one-on-one save, at no time did I think that Sunderland were going to get back the two goals that was scored in the first half.
Yeah. Do you know, so I watched the Sunderland, I think Sunderland's previous game was Liverpool, wasn't it? I'm pretty certain it was Liverpool.
Yeah.
And they drew. But I felt like watching that game in the last 15, 20 minutes, Sunderland didn't look the same as they did against maybe Chelsea, against Arsenal. In the Chelsea and Arsenal game, late on in the game, Sunderland had opportunities and they still were full of energy and able to make the most. Whereas in that Liverpool game, I noticed they had a chance and they just looked knackered. You know, and I thought, this might now be catching up with Sunderland. They've had a great start to the season, but now they're starting to have to play games more often, and now the season will start to catch up with them, and maybe their legs will stop to drop off. And I did notice against us, they weren't pressing the same as maybe they have. But I do also think that is due to our control of the game. Now, you just mentioned the Donnarumma save, right?
Yeah.
And the timing, because correct me if I'm wrong, that was the start of the second half, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
If they get that goal, right, and that is why those type of saves are everything we need, and that's why you go and get keepers like Donnarumma, because we concede that. We know what we're like when we concede a goal. We concede that goal at the start of the second half. It's a completely different game.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Donnarumma got a lot of unfair stick for the Fulham game. I don't really see a world where some people say he was maybe dodgy with the punch, you know, for the fourth, was that their fourth goal, was it? Fourth goal?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they were just out of the blue goals that will probably never happen again this season, you know. But
was it you
on
that said?
On Saturday, he earned his money.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if it was you that said, but someone said to me about the Fulham goals that they were 3 10 out of 10s. That 3 1 in 10s. That you usually get 1 in 10 games, and they happen to get 3 in one game. So yeah, I mean, Donnarumma, at times I've praised him for how good he is on corners. It's unfortunate, and I think that overrules everything because predominantly he's very good on corners. He has made a few mistakes on corners, but I think those moments there, coming out and making himself big, because look, Ruben Dias had really, really fucked up his lines there and let him in. But no, look, that Ruben Dias goal.
I thought it was Gonzalez. I was sat right at the top of the south stand, and just those poor lighting and stuff, like I just only Gonzalez could have done that as far as I was concerned on the pitch. And I couldn't believe it when it was Diaz. It was what a strike.
Yeah, it's just one of them ones where, and it really does. It is a throwback to that Vinny Leicester goal, because in that Leicester game, I remember thinking, we're not going to break them down. We're going to struggle to break this team down here. And Vinny just stepped up and said, well, let's not break them down. I'll have a shot from outside of the area. And I felt that was the same thing. When he got that goal against Sunderland, I was starting to think, because they were playing a horrible low block, 10 men behind the ball, and was thinking, this is going to be a long game where we're going to struggle to break them down. And I mean,
I think it was, if memory serves, I think it was our first shot on target, or even maybe our first shot, and that was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll stand to be corrected, but as far as I can remember, I can't think of an effort before that.
Yeah,
well, I thought we were still sort of in control of it.
We were in control, but it looked like it could have been one of those sideways games where you struggled to break a team down, and that's where. Do you know what? Look, let's be honest. It did get a deflection, but you don't shoot, you don't score, right?
Yeah.
And Ruben Dias, and for me, why I love that, because I do see Ruben Dias as one of our leaders. Now, I'm just going to look at the bigger picture for a second, then we'll move back to the game. But the bigger picture is that Arsenal dropped points again. Now, there has been...
That went down well.
that went down very well. There has been a game, I think it was not Arsenal's last game, the game before, where Arsenal dropped points and we didn't take advantage of it. At some point, there's been, or it might have been when they dropped points. No, they dropped points to Sunderland. We took advantage of it against. There has been a game where Arsenal have played first. They've dropped points, and then we haven't. I think it was the Villa game, probably, or Villa or Newcastle game, one of those two, and we didn't take advantage of it. And this is a thing that this season, I feel, this weekend has taught me. And I think we already knew this, really, is this season, despite what Arsenal fans thought, they're going to continue to drop points away from home, right? Their last 3 games away from home, possible 9 points, they've got 2 points, right? So we know Arsenal away from home are going to drop points. The thing that I think maybe is fair to say is a bit of an unknown quantity at the moment is this is a new City squad. Is this City squad going to be like the old City squad and take advantage when they do? Now, we didn't in previous weeks. In this game, I felt like Ruben Dias was like, do you know what? I saw it before game, the way he's walking around, high-fiving everyone. It was like, right, one of our leaders is going to need to step up today. And you could see that goal meant a lot to him because he broke the deadlock. That changes the whole game now. Sunderland have to come out a bit more. They can't sit with 10 men behind the box. So, I think we learned this week maybe a bit more that, you know what, we have got the mentality. But just to speak on the other guy, Cherki, bro. I mean,
he's a joke.
Yeah, he really it's beautiful.
I mean, his whole. I thought he was outstanding. He was man of the match without even the Rabona or whatever you call it. But I mean, I actually couldn't fathom it from the other end of the ground when he put that in. I don't actually know what he did until I saw it on the screen, and then you hear the whole crowd going, "Ooh."
Yeah.
That was...
Well, I was doing a watch along, and I was like, "He didn't, did he? He didn't, did he?" But I do agree with you. Firstly, I'm sick and tired of saying the game is gone. Right? I'm sick and tired of saying that, and he makes me say the game's back. Right? It's just beautiful to watch. But I do also think let's remove the Rabona, right, and let's remove the little flicks and tricks he did.
Yeah.
He was floating around that pitch, acting like prime David Silva, just an outlet for people to pass to and to keep the ball and slow the tempo down, lift the tempo back up whenever he wanted. And it was just an all-round joy to watch him. And also the other thing is him and Foden together.
Yeah, they're looking good. You know, definitely. And we really needed it because we have been over-reliant on Erling's goals up until about the last 3 or 4 weeks now, you know, and now they're flying in from everywhere. You know, Foden's got about 5 and 3. Diaz has scored a couple. When was the last time that happened?
Gvardiol as well. Gvardiol with the header.
Got a couple. Yeah. You know, even the defenders are getting a couple of goals now, you know. You know, and it's taking a lot of the pressure off the big man, you know. So it was funny enough that when you were saying there about Sunderland sort of run out of energy and what have you, I was in the pub before the game and was speaking to a couple of Sunderland fans who were down early, and they were at Anfield the other night, and they said, well, their main concern was next week's game against Newcastle. That was
I can't wait for that game. I cannot wait for that game.
But they were more or less, they more or less said what panned out. They sort of said, you know, Anfield took a hell of a lot out of them. Getting that draw, even though they're the better team, you know, and he said like maybe after 60 minutes we'll be done. You know, I said, well, welcome to our world. You know, we normally last 45, but you know, and it panned out that way. I think City played within themselves, which was good. Yeah, you know, reserving
as well. Yeah,
we've got this massive game on Wednesday night, which shouldn't be massive, but that's another story.
I mean, look, I haven't really. I don't know. I know some City fans aren't the same as me, and some City fans, you know, they love the Champions League every single season. For me, my eyes are so firmly on the league this season because I feel like I feel like, look, this new group of players. Let's get back doing our bread and butter, and then realign ourselves back in the Champions League. So for me, but I mean, I haven't looked. If we lose to Real Madrid, I presume we then have to beat Galatasaray and have to beat Glimt to qualify. I would imagine it's going to be
in the top 8, certainly.
In the top 8, in the top 8. Which I can see happening, by the way. I can see that happening. Look, to go to the Bernabeu and get a result would be.
Well, I watched the second half of that Real Madrid game last night, and they were awful.
Well,
they absolutely pants. You know, that Celta Vigo team were just passing them off the pitch.
Right.
You know, the temperament was. You know, that Real Madrid had 2 players sent off, right enough, but one was in the sort of last pick of them. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Can't think who it was. One was the defender. One was, but the second sending off was sort of injury time at the end of the match, and it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But Celta Vigo were just looked a class above them, you know, and they're missing 6 defenders for Wednesday.
Are they?
Yeah, their defensive shape was all out the window. Trent's definitely out, and 1 or 2 of the other ones. I'm not sure the names.
Doku must be sad about that. I bet Doku was looking forward to playing Trent.
Yeah,
but I mean, look, I've just seen John Stones is injured as well again. But hey, tell us something new. But do you know what, with Haaland as well? I just want to say on Haaland that Haaland's overall, you know, it wasn't a game that will, you know, be saying, "Oh, remember that Haaland game against Sunderland." But again, his all-round game, getting back defensively and getting involved, was there. And it's, you know what, the other thing is, it's nice to see that we're starting to get some goals from set pieces as well. That we, you know, so it's all-round absolutely great performance. To be fair, if it wasn't for Reinders, the bobble just before Reinders struck the ball, and I think Haaland did. Oh, and Haaland also had that move where Cherki and Foden were bopping the ball back and forth between each other. Then the ball came into Haaland, and Haaland, the ball, it was just behind him. It was a bit high, but you know, that could have been another 2 assists for Cherki. Cherki's only paid. I think Cherki's only. What is it? He's only started 350 minutes or something like that. but he's the top assister in the Premier
Yeah.
League already. I just want to thank Liverpool because none of this would have been possible without you lot. You know, you came in, you stole Verts off of us, paid nearly 100 million more than us. You're going to be paying wages substantially higher than us for the next 5 years for a player that fucking, I don't know if he's got a goal or assist in the.
It's unbelievable. A quarter of the price of Verts.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. And the maddest thing is, do you know when I look at Cherki as well, and Cherki, but also this overall City team, I think at the moment, this is the thing. Pep said his experience is from league titles, title races, is that is starting a season well and having a great run of form between August and December is great. But the team that usually wins the league is the team that improves the most. Now, I look at this City team and I still think this City team, we're still gelling. For me, we're still gelling. We're still getting used to the different ways of playing football that we're. And you've got to think. Now, I'm really hopeful with Rodri, and you know, I could be proven wrong, but I feel like this time they're taking their time because I think the club have probably thought, you know what, let's take our time and make sure that next time you come back, it's for good. If Rodri comes back kind of late December, early January,
that's perfect.
Absolutely perfect timing. Perfect timing.
And it also gives Nico a bit of a break. I mean, at the start of the season, the very thought of us saying that Gonzalez needs a break, you know, he's ran off his, you know, we never even thought that was going to happen. We were sort of thinking he was going to get bit part games, you know. But to be fair, he's not obviously Rodri. No one is, but he's done as well as I could have possibly asked for from him. You know, he's been outstanding.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. I think he's been really, really good. And I think with him, we have to remember again, with him and Cherki, we're looking at two young players, right? Those two players are going to grow, right? They're going to grow. This is still their first season really in the Premier League. I know Nico had a few games last season, but they're going to grow. That's what excites me a bit. I think we are going to get better. Now, I'm gonna in fact, it's time to talk about it. I haven't said we're gonna win the league. I'm not here saying we're gonna win the league because I think most of us as City fans are like, we don't know. You know, we're not here to tell it like Arsenal fans saying we're going to do a quad, we're going to do a treble, we're going to win it by game week 32. Any of that, we don't know.
All City fans have to do is stay calm, get behind the team, and just see what happens. At the start of the season, I honestly thought Liverpool would probably do it again.
Same.
I didn't think we were quite ready. I was sort of planning more for next year.
Same.
But the way it is at the minute, Liverpool have imploded. I think their title race is done. They're going for top four. Arsenal still marginal favourites in my mind.
Yeah, same.
But all we have to do is sit there and say nothing, let them carry on, you know, being the best team in the world, the best team that's since sliced bread, and just watch and wait, because there will come a time that once we get ahead of them, it's done.
Yeah.
You know,
it is an interesting one when you look at this. I heard an Arsenal fan say the other day, and look, I don't think we need to say much. In fact, no, I'll say it now. We don't need to say much because their fan base say it all. The ups and downs, the meltdowns, they're either the best team in the world or, oh my God, we're bottling it again. It's like, how about this space in the middle is filled up with some of you just being, and I know there are some Arsenal fans, look, I know there are some that are a bit more realistic, but I think you're spot on. We just have to sit there and, you know, when you think about it, Pep Guardiola, and I heard an Arsenal fan, Jess, say this yesterday, that if you look at Pep Guardiola Premier League title races, when Manchester City have actually been in a race, they haven't lost. Because you look at the season Liverpool won the league. In fact, you look at last season, we weren't in a title race at any point. You look at the season Liverpool won the league, we weren't in a title race. You look at the first season, we weren't in a title race. Every time there is, okay, it's us and you, let's go at it. He comes out on top.
Yeah.
And I think, Arteta must know that already. So he's thinking, fuck it now, not one of these again.
We have broken Liverpool and Arsenal's hearts probably irreparably over the last 4 or 5 years. Probably the best Liverpool team ever.
Yeah, for me.
They've got 98, 97, 98 points. They lost one match all season. That was to us.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't get over the line. I mean, how do you get over that? I mean, that wasn't a bottle job like Arsenal last season.
No.
You can't get 97
that
points
wasn't
in
you're right. I don't feel that was a bottle job. I feel Man United the first season when they won, that was a bottle job. For me, that was because there were 6 games left, 8 points. For Man United to allow us back into that, of all the bottle jobs, that's the biggest bottle job. That was also probably our most difficult title race, but that was the biggest bottle job from them lot. For them lot to allow us back in like that, massive bottle job. But
and then Wayne Rooney blames QPR players for them.
Yeah. Now he's deflecting there. Blame yourself. Blame yourself. But yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting title race because look, I do think Arsenal at home are not going to drop many points at all. I do know Arsenal fans keep telling me that they've played all their difficult away games, but
they still have to come to us. Have they forgotten?
Oh well, that one's massive, of course, and they haven't won, I think, at the Etihad since 2015 or something. So, but we've got to go Anfield, we've got to go to. But for me, it's very easy to say, "Oh, these are our most difficult away games." But no, you can't say that because your most difficult away game is very relevant to the form that you're going into it, very relevant to what injuries you have, very relevant to what pressure you have. So. You might think you've got your most difficult away games, and I might look at this now and go, our most difficult away game will be Anfield. But actually, if we have a load of injuries before we go to Sunderland, then that might be our most difficult away game. So we really can't. I just think at the moment, it's going to be a title race that probably does go down to, game week 37, game week 38.
Yeah. I think, it should be noted too, Daps, that when we go to Sunderland, they'll be missing about 8 of that squad for the AFCON.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, we go to them soon, don't we? We go to them in late December.
New Year's Day, yeah.
Is it New Year's Day, is it?
Yeah, 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, so nasty, horrible.
Yeah. Who loves TV,
Yeah.
But, what I would say is that this weekend coming will be pivotal for us too.
Yeah.
If we can stay 2 points behind them, we've a hell of an away game at Palace, whereas they've got a freebie against Wolves at home. So we need to sort of balance what we got there back from them at the weekend and just stay the way it is. The 2 o'clock game at Palace.
I'm just having a quick look. I think Crystal Palace. Yes, so they have a Thursday game, which is good. They are playing on Thursday.
Yeah, but they're playing
away from home.
Yeah, they're in Dublin. I can't imagine them playing a full strength team against that.
No, they're not. No, yeah. So we'll see. Palace away is a difficult game for anyone as well. I mean, we've FA Cup final, we've seen it. Palace are a great team. So this is a thing for me. When people do say, oh, we've played our most difficult away games, I think, do you know what? For me, I always say it. Every away game's a difficult game. Every single away game. And yeah, when you look at next weekend, I think Arsenal have got Wolves at home. Just quickly to move away from Arsenal. Shout out to Villa. Did us a massive favour at the weekend. But also, have they done themselves a favour? Could Villa get involved in this title race? Because they're 1 point off of us.
Well, at the minute, they're in it.
Yeah.
That's basic maths, but Villa's home form could very well get them top 4.
Yeah.
I'm not very sure what they're like away from home, whether they tend to drop points there. And don't forget, we have Villa at home the last day of the season.
Yeah, well.
So can you imagine that?
We have we?
Yeah, Villa's our last home game.
Again?
The last day. Yeah, the last day.
To give Arsenal another, what Liverpool got against Villa at our ground would be beautiful. Let Villa go 2 up. Let Villa go up 2 up. And I know Arsenal fans will be looking at that going, oh, no, we know what's happening here. But
We should re-sign Gundo in January just for that match.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think Villa's home form isn't spoken about enough. I think the fact is it's an old school ground, it's loud, and I think their home form for the last 18 months has been absolutely top tier. I think the only thing that might fail Villa is their away form, and sometimes their away form when it matters. You know, even last season, if you remember, Villa were in a really, really good position, I think, to get Champions League football, and then came to the Etihad and just completely dropped the ball against us. I think Villa away from home when it matters, maybe. But yeah, you know what? They're looking good at the moment, and they completely deserved that win against Arsenal. They were the better team, and yeah, it's good. But anything else you want to talk on before we wrap up?
Not a lot. Just everyone just stay focused, stay calm, get behind the lads at the matches. You know, get rid of the Savinho problems and stuff like that. Get behind him when he's on the pitch. Knuckle down, stay together.
Do you know what?
Whatever happens, you know, because it's coming up to January time.
Let me ask you on that, because you were at the game on Saturday. From the TV, that sounded to me like, because it sounded, you know, the atmosphere sounded quite good on Saturday. It sounded to me like maybe City fans are starting to get into singing, you know, knowing, you know what, we're in a title race here. We need to start being heard a bit more. We know we're quality away from home, but there's always a few grumps sitting around beside me, you know, who'll always find something to, you know. That's all. Yeah. From main road days, it's always been there. And it always will be. But I think, you know, for this young team, don't forget, we are a young team. Yeah.
We just need to get right behind them, no matter who's on the pitch. Take one game at a time, just carry on playing and see what happens with Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, we just do what we have to do, and then whatever happens. I mean, if Arsenal win all their games, there's nothing we can do about it, you know.
Well, do you know what? Someone said it, an Arsenal fan said this the other day. He said, we're in control, because if we win every game, we win the league. And then the other Arsenal fan said to him, well, in that case, you can't say we're in control, because if City win every game, they won't win the league. And he goes, no, because we're 2 points above them. He goes, but we have to go to their ground. And then the guy sat there, and you could see him doing the maths, and he was like, well, you know, we've got most of our, and it was like, okay, and that's the way it is now. You know, we're 2 points within them, which now means goal difference identical. It now means if we win every game, we win the league.
Yeah, that's right. It is ironically back in 4 or 5 weeks ago when we were 8 or 9 points behind. Like, this was never going to be an issue. Overall, a brilliant weekend all around with the results. Leeds doing Liverpool as well. That was quite funny.
It was. I mean, you know, it makes us conceding to and letting Leeds back into the game to then go on and win it ourselves. You know, it makes Leeds, you know, Leeds aren't as bad as people make out.
No. I thought the first half of the Etihad, they were awful. But the second half, you know, they're not a bad, they're in a worse position than what sort of they should be, you know. But they've had ups, they've had 3 or 4 hard games in a row there, so they probably will see it an upturn when they sort of play teams around them, you know.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you coming on, and
no problem.
We'll certainly get you on weekly now to have a catch up with you. People, we will be back tomorrow. So this is going to be out on Monday. We will be back tomorrow to talk Real Madrid a little bit more. And also Big Steve will be live tonight at 5 or 6 p.m. on his channel. So please make sure you give that a watch. Until then, the Shark
Stay blue.
and the shark is circling. Oh, and of course, sorry, last thing, a message from our sponsors as well, OK Jerseys. Make sure you go and check them out, please, for all your latest football jerseys, all your old football jerseys, your replicas, straight from the factory, £15. Use promo code NAF to get a further 8% off. Love, people.
Stop scrolling through those expensive retail sites. Now we all know the pain of needing a fresh kit, but seeing those crazy high prices. Well, there's a smarter way to support your team. Welcome to okjersey.com. The quality speaks for itself. Look at the detail on these designs, whether it's the latest from Manchester City or a classic City kit. You can get any jersey in every size you need, and yes, you can fully customise it with your name, your number, or your favourite legends details, from the Premier League present to EPL retro. If you're looking for it, it's here, and it's always for the best price. Ready to save big? Head to okjersey.com now and use code NAF at checkout. That's code NAF to score an extra 8% off your entire order. Cheers!